Welcome back. Here's Bastion Assassin. I am live streaming Assassin's Creed 3, my favorite of the Assassin's Creed games. Guess what? Other day I was torn whether it was this or Unity. Oh my goodness. I didn't stream yesterday. I didn't stream because I was doing side content and I was having so much fun that I did not want to stop. I stayed up late playing a 5-year-old game that I've played probably a dozen times because I couldn't put it down. Because Assassin's Creed 3 is that good to me. Anyhow, I just wanted to finish off the story with you guys so we can get on to Black Flag, continue through the series, and then, in my downtime, I will continue to do the side stuff, because oh my gosh, it is so good. Here we are, we're at the beginning of Sequence 9. In this stream, I plan on getting through at least 9 and 10. If I have time, we may go a little bit further, but there are 12 sequences in this game. And I plan on finishing off the main game today. May do Tyranny of King Washington tomorrow. Probably, yeah. Anyhow, without further ado, here we go. Let's go talk to George Washington.
Commander.
Connor.
Any word on Lee?
Not yet. My apologies. I've been distracted. Supply caravans meant for the camp have gone missing. I suspect treachery. A traitor named Benjamin Church, recently released from prison, has vanished as well. The two events are surely related.
What was his crime?
He was caught sending letters to the Loyalists, detailing our troop strength. He claimed it was a scare tactic, that we might avoid war. A poor lie.
I will find Church for you.
Why? What reason have you to help?
Does it matter?
As you wish. We've received reports of trouble along the southern road. Might be he's responsible. I suggest you begin your search there.
Alright, I do believe while we're here, we want to stop and have some optional conversations with some people.
Commander.
I have failed them, Connor. Only look around to know my words are true. This revolution once seemed a righteous thing. Our cause pure and just. We asked only for what all people deserve. Liberty, equality, and respect. The Empire should have embraced us. Instead, they pushed for war. A war, it seems, they are now destined to win. I dared to dream of better things. Behold what it has wrought.
Such dark thoughts will cripple a man. But only if he lets them. Look again. Out there stand men and women determined to be free. Such a struggle is rarely easy and never without sacrifice. I've often asked myself 1,000 times if I would not be happier back amongst my people, living a quieter, simpler life. But if I abandon my
Lip
cause,
sync is so off.
if you abandon yours, Commander, who would take our places? And what would become of the people who rely upon us?
It isn't right that they should suffer when I do not. If the ground must be their mattress, so too will it be mine.
And what about the storm?
If I can't take a stand against some snow, then there really is no hope for us. What news do you bring me?
No news, Commander. I was merely curious how your assistants were faring.
Without them, we would be lost. It's as simple as that. With Lafayette drilling our men, it's possible our next engagement will not be one-sided. Have you had the opportunity to meet Casimir Pulaski?
I have not.
Unfortunate. He's another of these soldiers we've hired from overseas. A Polish man capable of fighting on horseback, the likes of which I have never seen. I intend to name him commander of the horse, and when spring comes and the battles resume, the regulars will fear the charge of his patriot cavalry.
I look forward to that day, Commander.
As do I, Connor. As do I.
All right, let's shoot, what's his name? He just said his name, the French guy. He's right here in the camp. I thought we'd go and talk to him before we leave. I can't remember his name. I should know. It's from American history. There he is. What is his name? So it's Lafayette. Okay. Let's talk to Lafayette. I don't think it's this conversation with him. I think it's a later one that you can have. It seemed like they were hinting at Connor going to the French Revolution. I think that would have been a nicer transition than switching to Arno necessarily. I love Arno, but I think a lot of people are realizing that the longer that they just change characters every game, the less invested people are. Especially as the modern day has no connection. You know, every game is disconnected, so I think they're kind of moving back. The rumor is that they're going to have a trilogy for Bayek. I think that'd be cool. Let's talk to
Connor.
Lafayette.
What do you think of my work thus far?
The men are bolstered, focused. It is good you have come.
You are too kind. Lord knows my journey was far from certain. The trials we suffered getting here were strange and many. I dressed as a woman, Connor, to evade British spies. Did you know that?
I did not. As a woman, you say?
It is the truth. King George had already stopped our crossing once in Bordeaux, threatening to seize my newly purchased ship, La Victoire, and arrest me. But I was born stubborn, and such a warning could not dissuade me. So we rode for Spain and bought passage aboard the ship there. George's spies had followed us every step of the way. Disguise was the only remaining option. Mon Dieu.
No man can doubt your commitment, and you are invaluable to the cause. You did what you needed to do. I am certain I would have done the same.
But of course you would. I expect nothing less.
Not sure Connor with those shoulders could have passed as well as Lafayette did. As much as I love having a horse in this game, it's especially confusing, you know, when half the ground is covered and you're trying to just get cross country and you can't see what you need to see in order to get where you need to get.
Father. Connor, any last words? Wait. A poor choice.
Come to check up on Church? Make sure he'd stolen enough for your British brothers?
Benjamin Church is no brother of mine. No more than the Redcoats or their idiot king. Oh, I expected naivete, but this... The Templars do not fight for the crown. We seek the same as you, boy. Freedom, justice, independence.
But...
But what?
Johnson, Pitcairn, Hickey, they sought to steal land, to sack towns, to murder George Washington.
Johnson sought to own the land, that we might keep it safe. Pitcairn aimed to encourage diplomacy, which you cocked up thoroughly enough to start a goddamn war. And Hickey? George Washington is a wretched leader. He's lost nearly every battle in which he's taken part. The man's racked with uncertainty and insecurity. Only look at Valley Forge to know my words are true. We're all better off without him. Look, much as I'd love to spar with you, Benjamin Church's mouth is as big as his ego. You clearly want the supplies he's stolen. I want him punished. Our interests are aligned.
What do you propose?
A truce. Perhaps some time together might do us good. You are my son, after all, and might still be saved from your ignorance. I can kill you now, if you prefer. Excellent. Shall we be off?
Do you even know where Benjamin Church has gone?
I'm afraid not. I'd hoped to ambush him when he or one of his men returned here. It seems I'm too late. They've come and cleared the place out.
I may be able to track him. There were rations inside the crates, medical supplies and clothing as well.
Ja, man. Ja, man. Ja, man.
Snow has obscured the tracks, but enough remains that we can still follow.
Just my luck. Going to freeze to death if I don't get this fixed.
Are you Ben Church's man?
Well played.
Darn, I thought maybe using the rope dart there I could pull him back and choke him out.
It was not wise to run.
What do you want?
Where is Benjamin Church?
I don't know. We was riding for a camp just north of here. Is where we normally unload the cargo. Maybe you'll find him there.
Enough of that.
You did not have to kill him.
Let's not waste time with all this pointless banter. Go catch up with the rest of Church's men. Infiltrate that camp of theirs and see what you can discover.
And what about you?
Never you mind. Just do as I ask.
I know people love Hatham and his personality, at least. He's very controlling. I mean, he is a Templar, and he likes to get his own way. Never you mind, just do as I ask. He has a whole lot of those kinds of interactions with Connor. But you see a whole lot of the same kind of dichotomy between Hatham and Shay in Assassin's Creed Rogue.
Was a good haul today. Saw a bit of gunpowder in those crates. We'll get extra for that. Aye, Church will be pleased and we'll be rich. I almost feel bad for the Yanks, shivering and starving out there. It's a hard way to go. All they need to do is raise the white flag. They should have done that a long time ago. All this fight serves no purpose. The Crown should win in the end. Waste all those lives.
Sorry, I'm very quiet right now because this is a weird mission. It requires some weird concentrating to avoid breaking the eavesdrop. We're listening to these two guys. We're walking like right beside them, basically, as they drive the cart, because we're using it sort of, at least, as cover from the guys on either side. It's not really an eavesdrop since you don't listen to the last half of it, but you have to keep listening, which is weird. Alright, get our blade ready. Can I not even whistle from here? I always thought somebody came over this way. Here he comes. He's just taking his time.
Center camp, near the tree. Can't miss it.
Thank you kindly.
You won't be thanking me when you hear what he's got planned.
About time you showed up. Listen here. Boss wants us to try something new tonight. A raid. No more convoys. We're to steal from the Yank camp itself.
Valley Forge.
That's right.
You sure about this?
It's not my business to be sure or not sure. I just do as Church asks. If you're so concerned, take it up with him.
Is he here?
Of course not. Hiding in New York, the last I heard. Trying to keep a low profile. What, on account of him not wanting to go back to jail and all?
All right, I'm in.
Look what we found.
He was creeping around the camp all suspicious like.
Must be a Yank spy.
Nah, he's something else. Something special. Isn't that right, Hatham? Church told me all about you.
And you should know better than this.
You're not really in a position to be making threats, are you?
Not yet.
Once you've dealt with these louts, meet me in New York.
What? You mean to just leave? Now?
If you can't handle a couple of mercenaries, then we've really no business working together.
Unbelievable.
So I was saying, before the crap hit the fan, I was saying that there's a very similar scene, you know, from like 5 minutes ago, when Hatham just shoots that guy right after interrogating him. There's a very similar scene. It's almost identical in Assassin's Creed Rogue, where they're just sitting there talking to the guy, and I think he just cuts his throat. I think it's interesting that Hatham in both cases is used to shock us and say, oh my gosh, we thought this guy was kind of okay. Maybe he's, you know, kind of not. And especially in Rogue, you know, you get to see kind of both sides and how both sides are both good and not, and evil. You know, and I think Hatham is almost the embodiment of that idea that these are extremists on both sides who are so attached to their ideals that they're just about to ready to do anything. I find that to be something that is not touched upon necessarily enough in the games. It's hinted at, but not really spoken about. And until you get to Unity, in which Unity has this wonderful message of moderation. Unity's got a really nice, healthy message at the end of it. Whoa, 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 let's not take this too extreme either way, guys.
Evening, Connor. I see you made it here in one piece.
Recovered from your beating, then?
Benjamin Church is holed up on an abandoned brewery on the waterfront. We should be done with this by sunrise.
Good. I would like to have those supplies returned as soon as possible.
Of course. I wouldn't want to keep you from your lost cause. Come along, then. Follow me.
Tell me something.
Hmm?
You could have killed me when we first met. What stayed your hand?
Curiosity. Any other questions?
What is it the Templars truly seek?
Order. Purpose. Direction. No more than that. It's your lot that means to confound with this nonsense talk of freedom. Time was. The assassins professed a far more sensible goal. That of peace.
Freedom is peace.
Oh no. It's an invitation to chaos. Only look at this little revolution your friends have started. I have stood before the Continental Congress and listened to them stamp and shout. All in the name of liberty. But it is just noise.
And this is why you favor Lee?
He understands the needs of this would-be nation far better than the jobberknolls who profess to represent it.
It seems your tongue has tasted sour grapes. The people have made their choice, and it was Washington.
People chose nothing. It was done by a group of privileged cowards seeking only to enrich themselves. They convened in private and made a decision that would benefit them. Oh, they might have dressed it up with pretty words. That does not make it true. The only difference, Connor, the only difference between myself and those you aid is that I do not feign affection.
But my daddy! I'm awful. All that Connor wants is some love. Nathan just won't give it to him.
Hold a moment. Church, you clever bastard.
What is it?
I was hoping I could wave you past the guards, but he's replaced most of them with men I don't know. Well, I should be able to pass without arousing suspicion, but you...
No. We do this together or not at all.
Then what do you propose?
I will find a guard who is off duty and take his uniform.
Very well. I will wait here then.
Of course you will.
Oh, I'm sorry. Would you like me to come along and hold your hand, perhaps? Provide kind words of encouragement?
Still holding Daniel's ship offshore for some sort of inspection. Could be hiding here, the little shit. Escape the asylum, that way.
I just wanted to make sure that I didn't get detected by those guards who were headed my way as I got this guy.
Hard at your unholy work.
That should suffice. Follow me.
Hold, strangers. You tread on private property. What business have you here?
The Father of Understanding guides us.
You I recognize, not the savage.
He is my son.
Tasted of the forest fruits, did you? Off you go, then.
It's locked. Give me a moment.
Must be strange for you, discovering my existence as you have.
I'm actually curious to know what your mother might have said about me. Always wondered what life might have been like had she and I stayed together. How is she, by the way?
Dead. Murdered.
What? I'm sorry to hear that.
Oh, you're sorry. I found my mother burning alive. I'll never forget her face as she sent me away. Charles Lee is responsible for her death by your order. And you're sorry.
It's impossible. I gave no such order. I spoke the opposite, in fact. I told them to give up the search for the precursor site. We were to focus on more practical pursuit.
It is done. And I'm all out of forgiveness.
Benjamin Church. Stand accused of betraying the Templar Order and abandoning our principles in pursuit of personal gain. In consideration of your crime, I hereby sentence you to death.
No!
You're too late. Church and the cargo are long gone. And I'm afraid you won't be in any condition to follow.
We've chosen to stand with the victor. It's Britain who will win this war. You always need to revert principle to profit. Perhaps that's why your little kingdom started to crumble. It was a nice dream you had, but a dream is all it ever was. Look at the half-breed fight, it's like some feral
Where is Church?
I'll tell you. Anything you want. Only promise that you'll let me live.
You have my word.
Except I totally did a
He left
lethal counter
yesterday
on
for
him
Martinique.
during the fight.
Took passage on a trading sloop called the Welcome. Loaded half its hold with the supplies he stole from the Patriots. That's all I know, I swear. You promised.
And he kept his word. Let's go.
You guys are so dumb. Look, red barrels, let's shoot them!
We need to get out of here.
You don't say.
Now is not the time for sightseeing.
So close, yet so... We'll need to find a way around the flames. Get back here, traitors! Oh, how I'll enjoy making you pay for your betrayal. Did Church pay you, though? You rewarded handsomely. And what good does your gold do you now? Is it magic gold, do you think? Like the one they spun the fleece from? You think it will stick?
Interesting moment in which Connor first has to make that decision to save Hatham. He's seen what kind of a horrible person his father is at this moment already, but he's in this moment where he's trying to make peace, if he can, with the Templars, in order to serve both his people and the revolution.
See if you can find something to pry it open.
Unfortunately, the Templars just won't make peace.
What are you up to? Oh, no, don't do that. There's no way of knowing what's on the other side.
I hate that transitions there. It kind of ruins the scene.
We do now.
Church is at least a day on us. We must move quickly if we're to catch him.
I have a ship we can use. Meet me on the pier when you're ready.
Shall we?
I told you this was a poor heading. Church is surely days ahead of us now.
Have some faith in the boy. He's yet to disappoint.
So one of the other things I did yesterday, I did fully upgrade the Aquila. I recruited all 6 assassins and got them fully upgraded.
We are closer than you think, Father.
Did a few forts. Still got tons and tons and tons of side stuff to do. Man, had a lot of fun playing the game. So, I've got the fully upgraded Aquila, which can actually make some of the missions harder, at least the optional objectives, because you can make it more difficult for you to expose the weak points on ships without blowing them up. So I kind of regret getting the naval ram as early as I did. I usually like to wait until after I've gotten full sync in the harder missions, but it can also be done with grape shot sometimes, or fire shot.
Is it the welcome?
Aye, and she's dropped anchor.
Bring us in for a closer look, son.
It seems the ship has been abandoned.
Church always was a slippery little bastard.
Enemy ahead! They're making to flee! After them! Let's fly full sail. Rein her into half sail. Ease her off, half sail. Full sail, go get that wind! All hands down!
Speed, Connor! We need more speed!
Rogue wind! Reduce speed! Half sail! We need more speed! We need every knot! Full sail! We need to ease off! Half sail! Loosen to full sail!
Someone with more experience should take the wheel.
Rogue wind! Rein her in half sail!
It's almost as though you want him to escape.
Rogue wind! Falling to half sail! Ease her off, half sail! Let's fly full sail! We need every knot, full sail!
Can the ship go no faster?
Rogue wind!
So I was pretty glad to see that in Assassin's Creed 4 they opted for more open ocean sailing rather than sailing these tiny channels.
Given the way
I as much as I love the naval stuff, even in AC3, right? Shoot, I didn't mean to follow that guy through there, I don't think. I don't think I can get through there.
Take it to half sail!
As much as I love it. Oh good, we got full sync still. I am frustrated by the tight turns and stuff.
God damn it! We're going to lose him!
What other choice have we? Those rocks would crush us! The current here is swift. We still have a chance.
It's a trap!
Ready our weapons!
Church is using the ambush as cover! Send that bastard to the seafloor!
No! I need his ship afloat! I'll go what you say! Hey, Connor! I need less!
Stop him, Connor!
Fire! Headed that side!
Ready to fire!
Stop! Do not sail! Sail!
love the naval music in this and in Black Flag, Rogue. They're all really exciting. I think this one has, you know, it doesn't feel piratey. It feels naval. So it's got a unique feel to it. There we go. All right. Let's go get church.
Men, prepare to board! What are you doing? Ending this.
As I went to ram, the cutscene came into place so the Haven could ram.
Secure the ship! Hook us in! Bring her close! To arms! To arms! Man the swivels! Cover from the quarterdeck! Secure the aft line! High off the bow!
I need to get below deck. Who knows what madness my father intends.
You think you can escape us?
I thought I'd gotten a minimum kill streak of 3 right there at the end. Sometimes it's weird when things like that don't count. Oh, Connor got messed up in that fight, though.
Empty. What has Church done with the cargo?
Oh, they made it so dark down here, I'm not sure where I'm going. Towards the light, Connor. Rats.
Some of them, anyway. I'll give you credit for that. And for the quietude with which you pulled it off.
We had a dream, Benjamin! A dream you sought to destroy! And for that...
Enough! We came here for a reason.
Different reasons, it seems.
Where are the supplies you stole?
Go to hell.
I ask again. Where are the supplies?
On the island yonder. Awaiting pickup. But you've no right to it. It isn't yours.
No, not mine. Those supplies are meant for men and women who believe in something bigger than themselves. Who fight and die that one day they might be free from tyranny such as yours.
Are these the same men and women who fight with muskets forged from British steel? Who bind their wounds with bandages sewn by British hands? How convenient for them. We do the work.
they reap the rewards. You spin a story to excuse your crimes, as though you're the innocent one and they the thieves.
It's all a matter of perspective. There is no single path through life that's right and fair and does no harm. Do you truly think the Crown has no cause? No right to feel betrayed? You should know better than this. Dedicated as you are to fighting Templars, who themselves see their work as just. Think on that the next time you insist your work alone befits the greater good. Your enemy would beg to differ, and would not be without cause.
Zawanios ginaha, nagtiyahne de gantu titogaske.
Well, his passing was a boon for us both. Come on. I expect you'll want my help retrieving everything from the island.
Alright, that is sequence 9. We'll continue through with at least 10. I think we might even be able to get 11 in before I need to finish the stream off. Thank you those who are joining us now on the stream. I appreciate your presence here and your support. Also, your enthusiasm for this series. I think Connor's supposed to be talking about
with my father, but I do not yet know if this bodes well or ill. Our goals are aligned, at least so far as independence is concerned. But he continues to defend Charles Lee, the man who murdered my mother and burned my village. Still, he makes a point about Washington and those who back him. I hear much talk of freedom and equality, but it seems one must be a landed white man to benefit. What of someone like me, or Surrey? What role for us in this new world? Is my father right, then? There is so much I must consider and so little time in which to do it.
Welcome back. And how was Martinique?
Achilles, I owe you an apology. It was wrong of me to say the things I did.
Your words were harsh, Connor, but there was also truth there. I failed the order, allowed the Templars to take control.
But now their hold is weakened, which makes me believe there's a chance for peace. Imagine what might be accomplished if we were to unite.
Why the change of heart? Where is this coming from? You've met your father, haven't you?
I do not claim to trust the man, or even like him. But I would be remiss to ignore this opportunity.
Hatham may listen, but will he understand? And even if he does, will he agree?
Even he must admit that we can achieve more together than we do alone.
I assume you're off to find him.
Yes. I ride for New York to see what might be done.
It's interesting to me to look at that scene with more context from Achilles. You know, as the players, having played Assassin's Creed Rogue, if you've played it, or if you've seen it, whatever, you may know then that Hatham's character, while he shows some small mercy to Achilles in the end at Shay's behest, is a quite brutal character in that game. And it was because of him that the Assassins were nearly extinguished from the American continent. And so you see in Achilles in that scene the kind of cynicism of a man who already knows essentially what the outcome will be. And in this case, it's justified cynicism. You know, Connor, again, has that same naivete that he believes that his father is redeemable. And because he is his father, and also to a degree because he wants to work towards peace, and you know, he sees that they both work towards some of the same goals. You know, he really, really wants to push for that. But Achilles knows better, and you can tell that now in that scene. It's interesting then with that extra context from Assassin's Creed Rogue.
We need to know what the Loyalists are planning if we're to put an end to this.
I've tried, but the soldiers themselves are told nothing now, only to await orders from above.
Keep digging. Come find me when you have something worth sharing. We're so close to victory. A few more well-placed attacks and we'll be able to put an end to the Civil War and be rid of the crown.
What do you intend?
Well, nothing at the moment, since we're completely in the dark.
I thought the Templars had eyes and ears everywhere.
Oh, we did. Until you started cutting them off.
Your contact said orders from above. It tells us exactly what we need to do. Track down the Loyalist commanders.
Need some help over here. Double time.
And so again, we follow Hatham through the city at night. This time we get rain! Super duper short leap of faith. So much faith.
Have you considered the proposal?
I'm unconvinced. To reinforce them would leave New York exposed. It's hard enough maintaining order with our current numbers. Cut in half.
Yet if we do not join with them, they risk defeat. And then what?
Well, they should have come by sea.
Talking in circles. We'll learn nothing watching as we are.
Then what do you propose we do? March in there and demand answers?
Well, yes.
Ambush!
Connor? Little help here?
Leave the commanders alive, Connor. We can interrogate them.
We'll bring them back to my quarters at Fort George and see what secrets they might share. Really? Well, you'd best get after him then.
You go. I will watch the prisoners.
No, you do it.
Why me?
This is how working customer
Because I
support
said
feels
so.
like every
Now go.
day. You get the ticket. No, you get the ticket. Why? Because I said so. Yep. That's what working support is like.
Help! I need help! Stop him! I'm no thief. To arms, men! To arms! Save me! Keep him away from me!
Darn it. I'm trying so hard to get him from above like you're supposed to for the full sync requirement. I just messed it up by dropping just a little bit too early. My route was correct in the first place. I had no idea what to do after that because I've never succeeded by getting it after that point. Could have just tackled him, of course, but shame on me. I'd like to get full sync. He is way further ahead of us this time than he was last time. There we go, though. We got it.
Move.
Go to hell.
I said move.
Wait. I'll tell you anything you want. Anything, only don't make
We just
me go
have
in
some
there.
questions for you.
Cross that threshold, and I'm a dead man.
There you are, Connor. I was worried you might have gotten lost. Come along, then.
I tried to push the target, but I was too far away. I pushed the air. Poor guy doesn't want to die.
What are the British planning?
To march from Philadelphia. That city's finished. New York's the key. They'll double our numbers, push back the rebels.
When do they begin?
2 days from now.
June 18th. I must warn Washington.
You see? That wasn't so very difficult now, was it?
I've told you everything. Now let me go.
Of course. The other two said the same. It must be true.
You killed him. You killed all of them. Why?
They'd have warned the Loyalists.
You could have held him until the fight was done.
What? And waste precious time and money on their care? What would be the point? They'd given up everything they knew. I'll meet you at Valley Forge.
The Silver Fox offers all travelers the finest fare and rates in the city. Cunning travelers always make our den their destination. As your name...
it's interesting, you know, Connor wants so badly to believe that, you know, his father can pull a Darth Vader, basically. That he, you know, as evil as he is, that he'll have that last redeeming moment. And unfortunately, this isn't that kind of story. You know, it's not the story of a father and son who are able to have a moment of redemption and affection for one another. It's a story of a father and son who try to do so, but who find themselves driven further and further and further apart by their ideologies to the point that it ends in patricide. Spoilers for the end of Sequence 11! There's a conversation in here. Let's go have this conversation with Lafayette.
Monsieur Connor, a pleasure as always. What brings you?
I wanted to ask you something. Why is this revolution so important to you?
Since I decided to embark upon this adventure, through all the lords and merchants and soldiers I've spoken to, you are the first to ask me this. Have you ever been to France?
I have not.
One day, when all of this is over, I will invite you to Paris to stay with me and my family. She is the most beautiful city in all the world, Connor. Full of art and culture, women and wine. But she's sick on the inside. Black and rotting. But here is something quite different. On the outside, the colonies are dirty and dangerous, unforgiving and uncivilized. But on the inside, they glow. And that is why I am here. To learn. I want to return home, able to touch France's black heart and make it glow once more.
See, and that conversation is the one which led many to believe that Connor would be heading to the French Revolution at some point. Obviously, that's not the game that we got. Those that don't know, historically, Lafayette ends up dead by guillotine during the French Revolution. For his noble blood. And nothing more. I think that right there Lafayette pointed out some of the key differences then between the American Revolution and the French Revolution. And the two countries at that time, really. I mean, America not yet really being a country. That you have France, which is so beautiful and elegant and cultured, but rotten to the core. And yet America, who appeared rotten and young and filthy, and yet sought true liberty. And I think that while both revolutions accomplished some good and in some ways obviously not good, I think that the results of the American Revolution have been much clearer and long-lasting and resounding, and that they've, for the most part, led to a country that values freedom and equality. And it's been a long struggle from the beginning of this country, but I think we're doing a pretty good job of it. Anyhow, let's continue on with the missions before I talk too much about history and politics.
We should be sharing what we know with Lee, not Washington.
You seem to think I favor him, but my enemy is a notion, not a nation. It is wrong to compel obedience, whether to the British crown or the Templar cross. And I hope in time the Loyalists will see this too, for they are also victims.
You oppose tyranny, injustice. These are just symptoms. Their true cause is human weakness. Why do you think I keep on trying to show you the error of your way?
You have said much, yes, but you have shown me nothing.
Then we'll have to remedy that then, won't we?
Sir.
Hello, Connor. What brings you here?
The British have recalled their men in Philadelphia. They march for New York.
Very well. I'll move our forces to Monmouth. If we can rout them, we'll have finally turned the tide.
And what's this?
Private correspondence.
Oh, of course it is. Would you like to know what it says, Connor? It seems your good friend here has just ordered an attack on your village. Although attack might be putting it mildly. Oh, tell him, Commander.
We've been receiving reports of Allied natives working with the British. I've asked my men to put a stop to it.
by burning their villages and salting the land by calling for their extermination, according to this letter. Not the first time either. Tell them what you did 14 years ago.
That was another time. The 7 Years' War.
And so now you see what happens to this great man when under duress. He makes excuses, displaces blame, does a great many things, in fact, except take responsibility.
Enough! Who did what and why must wait. My people come first.
Then let's be off.
No. You and I are finished.
Son.
Do you think me so soft that by calling me son, I might change my mind? How long did you sit on this information, or am I to believe you discovered it now? My mother's blood may stain another's hands, but Charles Lee is no less a monster, and all he does by your command. A warning to you both. Choose to follow me or oppose me, and I will kill you.
And that's the moment. So I've heard a complaint from many Assassin's Creed, quote, fans? Sorry, don't mean to be divisive like that. But anyway, these people look at Connor as being a bland and boring character who has no character development or arc throughout the story. But that is the moment, that is the snap, where he sees the nature of his enemies and his allies, and comes to understand that he has been used by both sides, used and abused. And then if he is going to protect his people, he cannot put it in another's hands. That it is only up to him, and him alone. So, for those that say that Connor has no character development, I have to say quite blatantly that you are wrong. I just want this guy to be gone. There we go, okay. I'm gonna have to reload my gun and use my pistol for the rest of the guys, I think. Not sure why it took 4 arrows to kill that one guy, but it did.
Make sure the village is safe.
That was kind of close. I'm a little low on arrows at the moment. Unfortunately. I have to do some arrow breeding later. For those that don't know, there is a really fun way of duplicating your arrows. It's not super fast. It's not a farming method, really. It's a duplication glitch. What you can do, if you press left trigger to aim your arrows, right? And then aim it at one guard, and if you hold the attack button so he fully charges his bow, right? Then it can penetrate up to 3 enemies. Okay? Totally a good enough reason to use the word penetrate. And if you do that, the arrow will duplicate in each of them. So when you loot those bodies, each of those 3 will have an arrow in them, even though you only fired 1.
Wakanu tunyu hue doka tiga oya rungwe ayazenesege.
Unka giga oya rungwe.
Deo negujes Charles Lee. Luana tukwa yasagoya donhawe kano dogu dano dohkara ni hadi.
Nahoda? Ka numwe ni honenu.
Wakte sagodi dashtana zini hadi ayun kiyun hundakwa.
Ja, jahtet karivoyeri.
Ona dera di desa ni kuhare. Ya kontak desa duhundoni negiga ne ayagoderio.
Onneksi on Shagami. Nyt on tohunta keitasta.
For some reason, the game got rid of my sword. I didn't even pay for that thing, but it just decided to get rid of it for me during this last mission. That's unfortunate. I liked to use it. I'll have to pay for one at one point. I think you can get away with poisoning these guys, but I'm not certain. I'm going to try and avoid doing it, because the poison in this game is non-lethal. But I'm not certain that'll count for purposes of this mission. I think I was too late. I was too slow. Holy cow, that guy just booked it after I passed him. This mission is so depressing.
Skana kana dogo. Tuna gedum. Wase danika. Na hoda. Gwego ha glory ne Charles Lee. What triot de hona do honzonia you kia want to. Don't go easy I say what is it?
Atsoga tigarungwe.
Harud zit is at Nigor Hadenu. The Asade Nyanda does what Nigor Hagani. Nick the Ona Garunete. The one who garden there.
They got no scar.
Connecting what you scarns, what Gwenya has in a square at the new stats again. Don't use that Nigor di Hunto. Don't what does want ducks at the Nezungwe that summa.
Sadarissa.
Gadorissa on Zahayum. Yo, Tena, das ist a dansum. Sie geht doch jetzt da ne. Redden Hagedum. Charles Lee, Mountmouth, was that the Hajib? A second hat to Masse. Zina hold them patriot.
あなたのようにドラサーがそこなせておどくたぎがもてるよロノディオホてこにun che non guarda summa o di alta non sta dunque
iwere ya nawando tayin goya da no sta dunque ona wasadresa in jataro
What a horrible thing to have to live through. Yeah. I know a lot of people in the community like to do this. I've heard this from many people anyway, so I will do it. The benefit of this stream. Carry Ganondogon's body back to Kanyanka. Now there's no story reason to do this. There's no gameplay reason. It won't even be acknowledged by anyone. Let's not dump his body in there. Just show respect. I mean, I don't think that any of the AC stories are quite as heavy-hitting as this one. Some come close. Black Flag even at points. In the prison with Mary, for example. Let's bring him into the Longhouse. Super respect carrying him down here, I guess. Then he couldn't put him down respectfully. That's interesting, looking at her reaction to the body. Is he gonna let me talk to her or not? Oh, I think she gave up on talking to me. Like, there's a body in here. I don't want to talk to him. Oh! It says we're in a cinematic, but we're not. I'm very confused. Oh, no. I broke it! I broke it! Let's go down here. We'll go to the store and buy some more arrows and some more bullets. Maybe a couple other things because I've got some money. And then we'll proceed to the Battle of Monmouth. Which, if I remember right, is the final scene, or one of the final scenes in Turn Season 2. Season 3 just got on Netflix. I love Turn. Many of the same reasons I love AC3, you know, the American Revolution and history.
Come to buy or sell?
Alright, about the consumables, of course. Maps, I was thinking. I thought about getting an outfit. Looks like I've just got chests. Page map. Let's get that. Most of these things will show up on your own, but the maps just help make sure you get everything, you know. Buy some of these chest maps. Oh. Backed out and shouldn't have. I probably already have most of these chests. It's kind of unfortunate. I could just look on the internets, but I'm kind of lazy. If the game gives me the opportunity to put it in the game, I will take it. Okay, let's look at the outfits, though. New York outfit. I love the New York outfit. I know that the outfits don't show up in the cutscenes, but I love the New York outfit, so I'm going to use it.
We must hold this position for as long as it takes. If the enemy is allowed to push through, we will lose what precious little ground we have gained. The sacrifices your brothers have made today must not have been in vain. Now go! Bring the fight to our enemy! Make them rue the day they marched upon us! Connor, my friend, you have arrived just in time to bear witness to our glorious victory.
Where is Charles Lee?
That Bataan. He shows up in the middle of our preparations and just takes charge. Screams at everyone to advance, and then runs away. I am left to pick up the pieces. Where did they come from? Send word that we are falling back! Everyone, to me! Now! Now!
I will hold the area while you bring them to safety.
I grant you my finest soldiers to serve as your personal guard. There is nothing they will not do to ensure you are victorious. Bonne chance, mon ami.
So here we have a similar mission to what we had before. Oh yeah, you're supposed to wait for the full stop before you fire, right?
Bought us some time, sir! That should slow them down. We'll push these redcoats back yet?
I can't remember where exactly you need to aim for to strike two platoons. I may have to wait for them to get like all stacked up. If I fail the mission at the rate I'm at.
We'll push these redcoats back yet?
I don't really want to aim in between. That was close. Oh, that counted. Okay. That's all I needed. Alright, now we just need to push through the mission and not fail in the next minute and a half, which is iffy. At best. That blast looked like it was big enough to get these guys on the right don't do too much damage to us. That's where we lose the time from aiming the cannon. It'd be handy if we had a second cannon to cover that. Not sure if I can make it the rest of the time.
Bought us some time, sir.
That looked like it was two platoons again. Looks like all you have to do is aim at the front one. Once two platoons are up.
That should slow them down.
Be sure to keep that in mind if I ever get around to making full sync guides for this game. Probably will at some point.
We'll push these redcoats back yet.
Did the Ghost in the Storm last night. Or the Giant in the Storm, not the Ghost in the Storm. The Giant in the Storm last night, which is kind of notoriously like the most difficult full sync mission. I hit those guys, come on. In this game. It's a naval mission, just one of the privateer missions. And it's incredibly difficult to pull off. Pulled off on the second try, felt really good about that. It's a pain in the butt to do, no matter how you do it though. To get full sync, it's always a pain in the butt to do. You've either got to get lucky, or be very, very patient and very, very careful, and then things can still go wrong.
We are low on ammunition, sir, and the enemy advances.
Then we need to pull back, rejoin the others, and cover their escape.
Well, I was just too late in aiming. I'm going to restart at the checkpoint there. I just, that's embarrassing. I'll sit and show you guys the duplication glitch. Not that it matters, but I should have just gotten in. Kind of guns blazing, you know. Oh, it would have been nice to have 4 pistols going in this mission. That really helps with the executions. Not 4 pistols, but 2 pistols with 4 rounds total.
Back to the others! I will take care of this!
Why didn't that stop them? I like fired on one of their guys. I did not even notice. I'm gonna restart the checkpoint again. I know I haven't done that very much in my entire series of streams, but I'm gonna do it just because I'm mad. I'm mad. Why didn't that work? Double counters. One of the few flaws I think Assassin's Creed 4 had was the AI was just so easy and so unaggressive that you rarely ever got the opportunity to pull off the double counters. They even added some new ones in AC4, but you can't ever see them because you hardly ever get the opportunity to pull off a double counter. You know, it's at least compared to AC3, which has virtually the same combat system.
I can deal with this.
I get knocked down.
Go join the others!
I've got time to reload, loot, get the other 80 meters before the time runs out, right? Oh, I guess I can grab a musket. I didn't necessarily mean to do that.
Well done, my friend. You have saved many lives today.
Connor?
Charles Lee has betrayed you. He forced retreat in the midst of battle, hoping the loss would take the lives of your men and see you relieved of your command.
What?
I'm sure he will come and spin a tale saying that he was outnumbered or I was somehow to blame. All lies. I will say it one last time. That man is your enemy, and he will not stop until you are dead or dishonored.
Connor's tale rings true. Lee was acting most odd upon the battlefield.
I will investigate these allegations at once.
The time for that is long past.
This must be done properly, else we're no better than those we oppose. Never mind the political ramifications of such an act.
Should you choose to spare Lee's life, then I will take it myself. Enjoy your victory, Commander. It will be the last I deliver you.
And with that, we are done with sequence 10. Just wanted to wait and confirm that. In 90 minutes, I think that's pretty good. We're going to continue on through with 11 at the very least during this stream. And I might come back for a final stream later tonight with sequence 12. Heck, we might do Tyranny tonight. We'll see.
Something's happened, Desmond. Abstergo has your dad.
Where? Italy. Same place they were holding you.
What are you two waiting for? Let's go.
There's more.
Hello again, Mr. Miles. I hope this message finds you well, or as well as it can, all things considered. It appears we now each have something the other desires. I propose a trade. Bring me the apple, and I'll return your father to you no worse for the wear. Should you refuse, he will still be returned, albeit much worse for the wear. I assume you'd like to avoid an unpleasant outcome.
I always knew it would come to this. Just not so soon. I wonder if Abstergo even knows what's about to happen. And has this been a part of their plan all along? Maybe they want the world to end. To see it all burned away. Then they'd have their new world, ripe for the reshaping. We talked about looking for another power source, leaving him there. It's probably what he'd want, for us to finish the mission. But I can't. It's hard enough taking a life, but letting one be taken? Knowing there was something I could do about it? Not a chance. Might be I'm risking my life, risking all our lives to save an asshole. What else am I supposed to do? That asshole is my dad.
Such love. Such love.
They're probably holding your father on the upper levels. Same place they kept you. There's an elevator bank down the hall. Try not to let them see you.
They know I'm here, Rebecca. There's no way they don't.
This was a bad idea.
Oh, this mission is just fantastic. Culmination of 5 Assassin's Creed games. Seeing Desmond return here.
Hand over your weapons and come with me, sir. I can show myself in, but thanks for the offer.
I'd rather this not turn ugly, Mr. Miles.
Then let me through.
Subdue the subject, please.
Those elevators terrify me. Just the idea of having an open cage like that.
Walking into an elevator in the middle of a hostile environment. Really?
Where's my father?
You'll see him soon enough. Now be a good boy and wait for security to fetch you.
You're gonna have to climb the rest of the way.
Need eyes on him.
He can't be far. Where the hell is he?
It's okay. I do.
Well, that was embarrassing.
Give me the apple. Let's not draw this out. You got nowhere to go, and I've got a gun. Speaking of which, it's the 21st century and you're still running around with only a tiny knife for protection? It's stupid. All right, Desmond. Game's over. Not now. Not now. Я еще ждет работа. Нет. Get out!
What the hell was that?
What the hell is going on down there? I had hoped we might preserve you and further study your memories. But you're not worth it.
Wrong guy. So there's problems when you don't have the UI showing you anything.
And then bring me the
Yes, okay. And I really don't need to jump there. I don't think he'll just like run around. He doesn't actually try to escape. He's like, well, let's just run around in here until you get me. Let them run around, try to shoot you, I guess. Come on. Ah, finally did hit me. I've never had to take me this long to get across. I apologize.
Where's Vidic?
However, now I've got his pistol. That makes easy pickings of the rest of the mission.
Vidic's office is up ahead.
You killed him. Daniel was like a son to me. A sickly son, perhaps, but one full of promise. He accomplished so much, and so well, and now you've taken him from me, from us, like the apple. We want to help the world, Desmond. To save it from itself. You keep getting in the way. All our kind, maintaining the erroneous belief that we are evil, that the work we do is wrong.
Dad?
Not so fast, Mr. Miles. In case you hadn't noticed, I'm the one calling the shots. Now give me the apple.
You want it? Fine. Here it is.
Wait! No!
You never should have come here. You put everything on the line. For what? So you could rescue your father?
Yeah.
What I love about this part of the mission, I think it's a weird part, but what I love about it is that you have the choice. You can walk out of here and kill every security guard at Abstergo, or you can simply force them not to hurt you, and then release them. I tend towards the more merciful, unless they've got cool kill animations like when you fight as Connor. Then it's difficult to be merciful.
I'd get the power source hooked up before heading back into the Animus. But it's your call.
Alright, I am going to save the other Juno conversations for the end of the game, I think, and continue on in the Animus. We'll have the other conversations with our friends later, too. Just because we're approaching dinner time here. I'd like to get the
Home
sequence
stretch,
done
Desmond.
and end the
I can feel it.
stream.
The tides of war are turning. The Loyalists fall back beneath the advancing Patriot army, their hold on this land weakening by the day. But the Templars only seem to grow stronger. Though fewer in number, the threat they pose appears undiminished. Making matters worse, Washington chose to spare the life of Charles Lee. I am told he has taken refuge inside Fort George, and so my days are spent searching for a way to breach its walls. Of my father, there is no trace, and I am glad of it. If I could be rid of Lee, there may still be affiliation, and through it, peace.
Connor, he's asking for you.
Hello, Connor. Come now. Your sadness won't sustain me any more than that fool woman's soups and potions. Tell me of your latest exploits.
Charles Lee has been exposed, and the Patriots finally rid of him. They march now to secure the remaining cities that this country might finally be free.
Then you have won. The land and your people are safe. Yet you seem troubled.
Washington spared Lee's life.
So long as he lives, all are in danger. The same is true for your father. When you first came to me, you understood what had to be done, swore you'd see it through. If not for the Brotherhood, for your people, and all those threatened by the Templars.
But with Lee gone, my father might...
Listen to me. You have not come this far to throw it all away over misplaced sentiment. Both men must die.
Achilles.
There is nothing more to discuss.
Connor, I came as soon as I could.
Tell me you bring good news.
The Comte de Grasse said yes. You need only join his fleet in Chesapeake Bay and they will serve as required. But what exactly is it you intend?
It's better that I show you. Charles Lee may have been dismissed, but it does not mean we are safe.
But the commander?
The commander underestimates the threat, and no more time can be wasted trying to convince him otherwise. I must do this on my own.
Do what exactly?
Kill Charles Lee. He hides within Fort George, which is itself surrounded by a militarized district. I cannot hope to infiltrate it directly, so I will go under instead.
Incroyable.
The tunnels leading to the fort have been filled in. While I secure the Admiral's ships, I need you to clear them for me.
And the ships?
When signaled, they will bombard the fort.
Breaching its walls and creating a distraction, I see.
In the chaos, I will slip inside, find Charles Lee, and silence him forever.
Lafayette promised me a fleet beyond compare and a captain without peer. Instead, I find myself greeted by one old ship and a boy in costume.
I promise we are all you need, Admiral.
I doubt this very much, but beggars do not choose.
And the ships I require?
They are yours, provided we survive this.
What would you have me do?
Hold the bay while I engage the main fleet. Should any British ships dare approach, destroy them. They must be kept from Yorktown.
Alright, we are super close to them already. I love that one starts off primed and that we only have to get 2. However, I do not trust myself to simply ram one. I don't know, maybe at half sail I can do it. Nope! I outright destroyed him because I had the upgraded naval ram. I could very well screw up full sync right here, not that I'm worried about it. I can always replay it. So let's pull out the chain shot, disable sails. This is one way of going about it. This might be my preferred way. I think no matter what you do, it's going to be a lot easier if you disable the sails. And a lot of people will try and go in for like a gentle ram, which can be difficult once you have the naval ram upgrade. So I generally like to just get in position and use heat shot, where only like half the shot will hit the hull. And that way, hope to open up the... I think we're gonna miss it. Far forward anyway. Oh, no, somebody else destroyed it. It had so much health. There's so little health left. That's alright. That's alright. I'll come back and do it another time.
Get her in range!
That red text just won't go away. You failed. You failed. You failed.
Where are our blasted reinforcements?
They will come. We must hold the bay until they do.
Oh, this is madness. You're alone and we're without reinforcements. This one's giving us a bullseye.
Careful, Captain.
Come on! On the port! Port side, Captain! Man of war!
Oh, I can't figure out where this man of war is actually.
Man of war!
Shot on fire.
We're at the red now! Man of war firing! Can't take much more of that! All our guns are down. We've no way to defend ourselves now. That beast is sure to sink us if we're not careful.
He's not really planning to board them, is he? Has he lost his mind? He's gonna get us all killed.
They landed that ball in!
Give me the damage report.
Bad. Big broadside incoming!
I completely failed to ram.
Half
That's
sail!
pathetic.
Take cover!
Faulkner.
Winter coming!
They say you took down that man of war all alone. Perhaps Lafayette did not exaggerate when he spoke of your abilities. As promised, my ships are yours to command. What do you require?
5 of them must enter New York's harbor flying British flags.
Wait. I thought you might need some pirates killed or goods transported, and instead, you asked for us to, what, shell New York?
No. Of course not.
Ah.
Only part of it.
Explain yourself.
I mean to infiltrate Fort George, but it is too well guarded. Cannon fire will breach its walls and scatter its guards.
And a ship that flies the French flag could never get near it.
You understand, then?
Not at all. But a promise is a promise, even when made to a lunatic.
I will light a signal fire when it is time for you to attack.
Vous l'avez entendu, récupérez leurs drapeaux qu'on puisse les accrocher. Allez, vite!
Hello, Connor. Welcome back.
Is everything in place?
Oui. Lafayette waits for you inside the tunnel beneath the city.
Just want to cut off just a few extra seconds of watching me just run across New York. I love New York, but since this is a story-only stream, I want to kind of try and keep it that way. Normally by this point in the game I would have already done the tunnels everywhere, but not yet. Still catching up on all the wonderful side content in this game. Tunnels I should not group in there. The tunnels are kind of tedious.
Connor.
Don't touch
will
me.
Take you into the military district.
And the Admiral?
He waits for you to light the signal. And then the strike begins.
And we will be there as well.
This mission can be pretty tricky to pull off all 3 of those full sync requirements in one run. Again, I'm not worried about it too much. It's kind of my whole attitude. Usually this is my attitude during each playthrough, is that I'll complete the game and then go back and do the full sync, and especially so during a live stream. Oh crap. I was stupid to do that though. Should have killed that guy instead of waiting for him to detect me. Whoa, shooting at me without even having detected me? Take a guy out first. Did I even hit anybody with that? I think I just threw that at nothing. Those will count for something. Who's left down there? That's the real question. That guy. That guy could be problematic.
All right, that's enough of that.
Simply because one arrow would not kill him. So, here we go. Watch out for that guy down there too. I think we should be able to get to the signal undetected. I'm pretty sure we're going to make the time. Health loss is not an issue normally. I mean, every now and then you'll have like a horrible fall, but usually if you get that health loss, you've already failed the other two full sync requirements.
Condition to fight. Need to stay away from the guards.
Where are you, Charles?
Gone.
Cannot hope to match me, Connor. For all your skills, you are still but a boy, with so much left to learn. Give me Lee! Impossible. He is the promise of a better future. Sheep need a shepherd.
He has been dismissed and censured. He can do nothing for you now.
A temporary setback. He will be restored.
The music in this scene is just incredible.
You act as though you have some right to judge. To declare me and mine wrong for the world. And yet everything I've shown you, all I've said and done should clearly demonstrate.
That was interesting that the barrel smashed with the sound of bottle breaking. Let's go get a bottle.
We did not support the crowd.
Whoa. Not even sure what happened there. But okay. We're good.
Surrender, and I will spare you.
Brave words from a man about to die.
You fare no better.
Even when your kind appears to triumph, still we rise again. And do you know why? It's because the Order is born of a realization. We require no creed, no indoctrination by desperate old men. All we need is that the world be as it is. This is why the Templars will never be destroyed. Don't think I have any intention of caressing your cheek and saying I was wrong. I will not weep and wonder what might have been.
sure you understand. Still, I'm proud of you in a way. You've shown great conviction, strength, courage. All noble qualities. I should have killed you long ago.
We've got a problem. Hatham doesn't have the amulet anymore.
But the temple's still sending data. There must be more to this story.
Only one way to find out.
Alright, that wraps up Sequence 11. We're going to go ahead and watch whatever cutscenes may be here at the beginning of Sequence 12. And then I'm going to take a break, have some dinner with my family, and then I'll come back this evening to finish off Sequence 12.
My father is dead. Charles Lee now leads the Templar Order in his place. I see now why ours is an eternal war. For each piece taken from the board, another is placed upon it. Back and forth we go. Across the world. Across the ages. Some days mine feels an impossible task. But I cannot afford to be consumed with doubt. The people need me. Now more than ever. I must stop the Templars. I will kill Charles Lee.
Alright, rather than continue with this mission since it is a leading mission, I will end the stream here, and I will be back in probably around an hour or so to finish off the game. I think tonight we will continue on and do the Tyranny of King Washington instead of waiting for tomorrow like I'd said earlier. I won't do those in the same stream because I don't want to make you guys sit through 30 minutes of end credits at the end of AC3. So, there will be a break there, so there'll be 2 more streams tonight. Maybe we'll be able to get all the way through Tyranny. We'll see. Probably. It's not super long. But I want to thank those that joined me during this stream and those that are watching later on YouTube. I appreciate your support. Follow me on Twitch, subscribe to me on YouTube, like, comment, all that jazz. And as always, remember, just have fun.